I wanted almost nothing more than to be better than my friends. And I'm not talking about real life. I'm not talking about building something that lasts or to help my family. I'm talking about a video game. And it all started probably about 2 or 3 months ago when I decided to pick up a certain game again that I had played in the past competitively, named Overwatch. And a couple months ago, it actually all started off with me having a dream about it, not even playing it yet, and me saying to one of my buddies, "Hey, it would be kind of crazy if we started playing this again, just casually, to have some fun." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it." So I then did the only logical thing, and I systematically got every single one of my friends to start playing it again. So we had the whole crew playing it, and it started off as unranked. Like, it just started off in quick play, no stakes, just fun with friends. And that's the crazy thing, is your brain convinces you that it's going to be one way when the game and the company that made the game and your own brain have really different plans for you altogether. It wasn't very long after that, like me starting to play again with all my friends, that I started to want to show that I was better than my friends at the game. And it's kind of a vicious cycle because the same thing happened to me with League of Legends when I used to play that. When I used to play that, it started off very casually. I'll play it with friends, and then I wanted to hit diamond in that game. Which comparatively to, like, obviously, like, top players, like top 500 and like pro players, it's nothing. But like, to me and my friend group, hitting diamond was significant. So the same cycle started to happen with Overwatch, where I got into the game. I told myself in my head it was just gonna be like it was just gonna be a casual thing. And then before I knew it, probably not even a week later, I was queuing up for my first ranked games in that game. Over 2 months, I had spent over 150 hours on that game. After saying to myself that it was just going to be a casual thing. And that's how the formula of these companies and what they do translates into taking people's competitive drive. By nature, I'm a very competitive person. I always want to be the best. So that way in which the game is designed, it takes somebody like me, because let's be real, like, the people that are just addicted to Overwatch to be addicted to it, or addicted to any game to be addicted to it, and they have no competitive drive whatsoever, they're just going to play the game casually forever. I am addicted to winning, chasing a rank, and kind of like proving myself in a way. And I played that game competitively for, well, not competitive by like money making standards, but competitive within my friend group for those 2 months. I was platinum one by the time I was done. Uh, I guess by the time I had my epiphany, which I'm about to get into. So I was platinum one. I was one rank away from my goal. I was already the highest ranked in the friend group, but I wanted to go even higher. And I kind of like, as I was playing over and over again, like these days, especially when, like, days when, you know, I would be alone for the entire day and my wife wasn't around, I had nothing to do. I would go to the gym and then I would just grind ranked, like, for a significant part of the day, unless I was like going over to family's house or something. Um, and the thing was, I got so close to this like goal that I set for myself. And it was on a day before I had to go to work. I figured I was so close to my goal. I was in Platinum 1. And I said, you know what? I'll play a couple games in the morning before I go to work. That turned into me losing 10 games in a row that day. I played the entire day before I went to work. I skipped the gym. And I was, because of the way that I am, and because of my competitive drive, I was absolutely fucking livid that I lost 10 in a row. And I know that me losing was contributing to me playing worse and me losing again. But I kept playing anyway because of the way I am. I wanted to end on a win. My competitive nature got the better of me. After like the seventh loss, I'm like tweaking out full blown in my apartment. Like, thank God my wife wasn't home. If she was, I'd probably would have just stewed in silence and like would have been seething in silence. But because nobody was home, I was like, I have a neighbor downstairs, so I can't be like too loud. But I'm like, fuck, what the stupid fucking game, wasting my fucking time. And I'm like going over to the couches there, like laying into the pillows, like I'm full tweaking out. Um, and after all of that, like after I released all that emotion, I just thought to myself, I was like, this is not doing anything for my life. Like, this is the exact pattern that I found myself in when I was in high school and college playing League of Legends. And back then, it was of the mindset of I'm going to play it like competitively to try to get that higher rank. I'm going to play it casually too. It was that expectation going into it because I was a stupid kid. I didn't know I wanted to build a business. I didn't know I wanted to do an online business, have a YouTube channel, all that yet. So I really had nothing else to do with my time. So I was just kind of being a loser. But now with this newfound like addiction, I psyched myself out in the beginning to believe that it was just going to be a casual thing. And here I am 2 months later, not having uploaded a YouTube video, getting no new clients, like just totally wasting time on this meaningless thing. Because if you take a step back and you put yourself in my shoes and you think like, okay, so I spend the time to get this rank. I put all of the effort into it and all of the mental, and I get really good at the game. And I hit diamond in Overwatch, and I tell that to my friends who I'm like trying so hard to like be better than. All that's gonna happen is my friends are gonna look at my rank or listen to me say that I'm that rank now, and they're gonna go, "Oh, cool, dude." That is what all of that effort amounted to externally, is for my friends to say, "Oh, cool, dude." And the only other thing that might come out of it for my friends is they might get addicted to it because I've hit that rank, and now they might get competitive off of it and want to hit that rank too and get higher than me. So in reality, it's not doing anything good for me or for my friend group. Now, why would a company want to target people that have a high competitive drive? Well, someone like me is always chasing the next win. Wins feel neutral. So when I win an Overwatch game, there's a dopamine hit, or any competitive game for that matter. There's a dopamine hit when you win. When you see that victory screen, like you're killing all your enemies and like you're getting all these like points and you're ranking up and everything. But it starts to feel like that's how it should be after a while. Like I should be winning. Like I'm putting in the effort. I'm doing my research. I'm watching videos of pros playing. I'm getting tips on the hero I'm playing. Like, yeah, I should be winning. But when you lose, it feels so much worse to lose than it feels good to win for truly competitive people. And so you get stuck in this loop of wanting to feel that win or avoid that bad feeling of a loss. And when I was just so emotionally chaotic in this state of just losing 10 games in a row, that's hours and hours in a day of feeling that shitty feeling of losing and like progress going backwards and out the door, I could have went one of two ways. I could have had I think it's called like the sunk sum fallacy or something along those lines, where I could have been like, I've already sunk so much time into this game, I need to get back to the rank that I was before. Because if I don't, then all of the losses before that and everything that came before that is a waste of time. But the path that I chose to go on was realizing that these wins and losses in this rank in this game, after kind of psyching myself back into like a competitive game again, was doing nothing. In fact, it was actually having a negative impact on my life and my business and my marriage. So what did stopping that allow me to do? Or first I should say, let's dive into that. So me deciding to make that choice to stop competitive games specifically with some type of rank mode or some type of rank system, it gave me a lot of time. So like tonight, I'm just so today I went to the gym early. I was able to get home before I had to go to work. Was able to make something to eat, pack whatever meal I needed for work. I was able to do my gratitude journaling and my daily journal, which I'm going to make a video of that down the line, how, what gratitude journaling is doing for my state of mind, for my mental health, everything like that. It's kind of a journey I'm new going into, so I'll be sure to make a video on that once that time comes. Reading books. So I'm actually reading a book right now. It's Husband After God. It's about growing your relationship with God and your wife. So I'm reading more than I was before. I'm learning things. I'm journaling before I even go to work. And so I go to work then. I do my job. I come home. And now instead of getting on my game to go grind on a rank, I'm making this video. I'm messaging clients. I'll probably read more once I'm done making this video, editing it, uploading it. So just my quality of life has just gone up so much. I'm probably gonna make a video down the line of, how, because for me, having that shitty feeling of losing 10 games in a row and having that epiphany, that was kind of enough for me to just cold turkey. Like, I have not played a game since I stopped, and I went on that 10 game loss streak that day, and I just decided to stop. But for those who struggle with, I try to quit video games or I try to quit a competitive game and I'm back on it like 2 days later, or they keep relapsing and keep having trouble with that. If you want a video on that down the line, let me know, because I have had situations like that in the past when I used to game, where I kind of had to learn to wean myself off of it. So if you want a more detailed video into that kind of thing, where it's like you're struggling to get off the game, let me know. Just write down a comment for it and I'll make a video for it. So I guess the key takeaway is like, you need to learn who you are on the inside and ask yourself, because I had to ask myself, when I was losing those games, why do I keep doing this to myself? What is this all for? Why am I doing this? And why am I stuck in this loop? And that allowed me to see I'm a very competitive person. I am chasing wins. I'm chasing a rank. I'm chasing prestige in my friend group, when I could just be placing that competitive drive elsewhere in my life to get ahead of everybody else in real life instead, and actually, do something good for my family, possibly down the line with this business. And, actually be productive and proactive with my life. So if you want any of my help with that, and if you want any of your help chasing the body of your dreams, I am going to be putting a link to my nutrition coaching, my personal training in the description. You have it in you to be great. Goodbye.